Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1089 of our daily content grind, and once again we are looking at a couple episodes of Transformers Earthspark to give my review. And you'll notice it's been a while since I've done one of these. Number one, they die a death in viewer numbers because not a lot of people give this series a chance, and that's unfortunate. But also, this one I have been putting off myself for quite a while now because, frankly, you'll see. You'll see. But I believe we are currently on... Let me double check. You'd think I would have this ready, so this wouldn't be a thing, but hey, here we are. We are currently sitting on Season 2, Episodes 7 and 8. And the first one is called The Impostors, which picks up right where we left off last time because, remember, we left off on this weird cliffhanger where, like, there was something odd about Twitch after that little lightning bolt encounter with Spitfire, her Chaos Terran duplicate. Well, yeah, they switched bodies. It's a body swap episode. As soon as this episode started and I realized where they were going with this, I audibly groaned. Because this is such a tired and exhausted trope that I'm stunned that a show like Earthspark that has shown very good writing in Season 1 would stoop to this. Even like filler episode in Season 1 still had a little bit more interesting things going on than the body swap trope, than just like the typical trope stuff. Ugh. Okay, so we'll start with this side of it. Twitch is now in Spitfire's body, trying to act villainous and chaotic in order to not give herself away, which usually just involves her taking a lot of bullying from the Decepticons, who tolerate the existence of the Chaos Terrans at best. They are not exactly wanted in the fold by most everyone there. Twitch is trying her best to actually stay integrated with them while not blowing her unintended cover, but she does get in a little bit. Acting very Chaos Terran, she actually does get one over on Skywarp, which is great to see. We do get to, so we actually do get to see her, like, showing herself a little bit, what she can do in Spitfire's body. Remember, they're not exact duplicates. Spitfire's scanned an advanced version of Wheeljack's scout drone, meaning that she does come with some tech that Twitch never got, like cloaking. So that gets used to pretty good effect here. Almost to the point where, like, I kind of wish by the end of the episode Twitch got to keep it, because she's using it way better. She's using it way better than Spitfire does. The point being, she's trying to convince the Decepticons that she is good in a scrap and that she can be trusted to come on a mission because they are up to something. They are up to something. They know that. Remember, in the previous episode, the whole thing was Spitfire and Twitch competing for a spot as on an Autobot mission. Decepticons are aware of it. They're planning to intercept it. So this is Twitch as Spitfire trying to earn her way onto a spot on the mission so she can sabotage it for the Autobots. Okay. As I adjust my seat. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, so what happened on the other side? On the other side, Spitfire is very, very bad at being Twitch. And it's one of those situations where the heroes have to act notably dumber in order for them to actually not catch on. Because remember, this is like a whole, like, family first kind of series, where it's all about, like, bonds that these characters form. So to judge them by outward appearance and not go, like, something feels off here, something's wrong here, sooner than they did is not really in spirit of this show, I feel. Because, yeah, they're blaming it on, like, scrambled circuits from the lightning bolt. But there's only so far you can get away with when, blaming that before it just sounds ridiculous. Now, to Twitch's credit, she does try contact with the Maltos several times. She tries to get back in touch with the Autobots. She's cut off by Twitch, and there's a bit of a dagger in the heart moment where Robbie is looking after, someone who he doesn't realize is Spitfire more than, his actual family member, but that's the body swap trope. That's the thing. So, we learned about Autobot mission previous episode. What is the Autobot mission? As it turns out, they are transporting things of great importance to another location that's more secure than the Ghost headquarters until they can figure out how to destroy them. And that includes that spear. The spear that Mandroid used. So that, pretty important thing to keep on under wraps. Once Spitfire, as Twitch, figures that out, she wants to steal it. Of course she wants to steal it. And in doing so, this is where things come apart. Wheeljack is actually the first one to figure it out because he starts quizzing her on the things that, that Twitch and Wheeljack uniquely share. The Dad 2 thing. When Spitfire fails the test, she just starts going on a rampage to escape. This does also lead to the point where Robbie is put into that situation. As soon as this was called a body swap episode, you knew exactly what was going to happen here. At some point, we are going to get down to, well, which is the real one? Which really is Twitch? Okay. Answer a question only Twitch would know. Because that's how every body swap episode like this goes. Every body swap that involves a hero and villain character, this is always how it goes. So yeah, Spitfire knows absolutely nothing about Robbie. Twitch answers everything flawlessly. Everything gets figured out. Battle commences. They start another aerial battle, which leads to this interesting and actually pretty cool visual, to be frank. But unfortunately, it's not nearly as cool as the aerial battle from the previous episode, so it kind of feels underwhelming. I mean, it's almost as if, like, they saved the last blow, the last attack from the previous battle for this particular scene. And somehow, this switches everything back. And everything goes right back to normal. It's supposedly like a surge from Mandroid's spear that causes it, because that's like implied to be like what's causing all that energy in the tornado. But it certainly wasn't the lightning bolt that happened before. So it's just, okay, fine. We'll just go with this. Hey, they're swapped back. That's all that counts, right? It's not all that counts. Guess who ended up with the spear? And guess who presented it to Starscream? Season 1 of this series had such good filler episode, like they were characterful. They let the Terrans learn a lot more about who they are and their new lives on Earth. They never resorted to tired tropes like this. And the body swap episodes always go exactly the same way. There's never any kind of surprise to them. Like, literally every event you expect to happen, happens. So, nothing by surprise here whatsoever. It's all by the numbers, that old episode again. And for something that had such good writing in season 1, this really does feel like phoning it in. And I hate to say that because I like the show. But they're better than this, and they've done so much better than this. Even if it advances the plot a little bit, it still feels just hollow and soulless, which is not what I expect of this series. And then we get to episode 8. Dude, where's my trailer? They really named it after an old stupid comedy movie, where most people just make fun of the name of it. So the whole point of this is Robbie really wants to improve the public view of Transformers and Autobots in particular. So he thinks the best way to do this is by having Optimus appear in a very popular trucking magazine. with a photo shoot. Okay, fine. This does require, however, that Optimus Prime's trailer be nice and clean and brought up to par. So they actually let Robbie and hashtag do the honors. And to his credit, Robbie is trying very hard to make this work. He's set up social media accounts for Optimus Prime and everything. I don't know why it looks like a dating profile. Which does confirm, yeah, this Optimus Prime is 9 million years old, so we are definitely sticking to modified original cartoon logic. Yeah, no, this is just this is a hijinks episode. This is just a silly, goofy laugh along, nothing really happens episode. Because as soon as they get done cleaning it gets stolen. While hashtag was apparently so distracted by the internet that she didn't notice a 10-ton trailer being hauled away right beside her. Congratulations all around. So, Aftermath was the culprit. He'd assumed that there's something valuable inside the trailer, so he took it to a railroad crossing to try and get it smashed open, which leads to a brief fight with hashtag and Robbie, leading in his defeat and the recovery of the trailer for like a second. There's a moment where the train is coming, so Robbie has to punch the trailer out of the way so the viewpoint gets blocked. So, Malto's on one side, trailer on the other, speeding train going by. When the train goes past, trailer's gone. All they know is right now the trailer is getting very dirty, and now it's getting banged up. Now it's getting physically damaged. It's these two. It's our Bulk and Skull. It's our Beavis and Butthead. It's Swindle and Hardtop. Now it's their turn to steal the trailer because they also think there's something valuable inside. So, before I go any further into more of these shenanigans, there is a B plot here, which is keep Optimus Prime distracted until we get back with the trailer. So, that is up to Jawbreaker, who then first starts trying to interview Optimus to try and get him as distracted as possible, and then starts warming him up for the photo shoot by having him strike poses in a very, dad's trying kind of way. This one is, there's a little bit of cringe involved here, not gonna lie. Alan Tudyk does play a very good, dad trying to be cool Optimus Prime, and that is exactly what Optimus Prime is doing in this scene. He is dad desperately trying to be cool to the kids. It's not working, and it doesn't work throughout the episode. He mostly just gets more and more agitated as to what the delay with the trailer is, which of course they don't just say, hey, Decepticon complications. This photo shoot is apparently that important. So, what's the trailer going to do next? These two are now going to try and feed it to a garbage compactor at not a garbage compactor, but like a car compactor at a scrapyard. You can see the target on the back of it. They tried shooting it open. That didn't work. So now they're just going to shred the whole thing. Hashtag, once again, intercepts. There's yet another fight. This one almost ends with the trailer going over and down into the compactor, but it gets stolen again, and this time it's Skywarp and Nova Storm, and they are going the old-fashioned method. They will take it to a different scrapyard, which totally isn't the same reused set, and they're literally just beating it with pipes. You can see how bad this is getting. Originally, this was all just about getting it washed, and now this is the state it is in. And we're told that the photo shoot is at sunset, which means we can keep track of how long we have just by seeing what color the sky is. That's a nice little timing thing. Doesn't get used a whole lot. Oh, I should mention, throughout this entire episode, the original thing, the only thing that made Robbie take his eyes off of the trailer is because of this thing. A missing valve cap on one of the tires. And for some reason, this is a running gag throughout the entire series. Every time this thing takes more damage, they add it to the list of things that have to be fixed on this before they get to the photo shoot. And it always ends with that valve cap. It's a running gag. And Optimus even mentions at the very end, oh, I see you noticed that missing valve cap. It's never funny. It's never funny. And I have a very childish sense of humor, so I would know if this is funny to a kid. But no, it's not funny. So, throughout all this, they do get the trailer away from the Seekers as well. And now, as you can see, they called in the family to help with the last-minute repairs. There was actually this neat sequence where they're actually repairing it on the go while Hashtag is driving it off to the actual photo shoot. They're painting it, they're getting dents out, they're buffing it, they're replacing the valve cap. And yeah, they actually get all the damage repaired outside, outside this. Like, my car was in a crash, and it didn't get repaired in a day. Of course, this isn't the end. We have a chase sequence. Now it's all of the Decepticons who are in on this, all trying to get the trailer at the same time. This leads to your usual chase sequence in this series. The big cannon comes into play. Really, the only thing this does is dirty it, but they are like 3 minutes away at best. Like, it's 27 minutes to go all the way around, or to go straight through the dirt in the ground, go off-road, 3 minutes. So Hashtag does the sensible thing and rams a water tank to give it a last-minute clean. Which means when it gets to the photo shoot, it is just in time, sparkling clean, everything fixed. Shenanigans done. Shenanigans done. Except they put in a pine air freshener, which Optimus is allergic to, and that's the cover of the website as a result. Ha ha ha. Laughs were had all around. This episode sucks. I'm sorry. I like this series. This episode is not good. Like a Shenanigans episode like this, okay, it's just funny. I understand that. It's complete filler. It's funny. Like, at times it does have these funny little beats to it. It's just completely over the top. But these episodes like this are like, you're supposed to learn a lesson from this. The Decepticons trying to get their hands on Prime's trailer is a lot more important than a photo shoot that can be rescheduled for the next day, or the next month, or whenever the next publishing date is. It's not as important, but because Robbie was trying to live up to that responsibility he was trusted to by Prime, he's not admitting that something went horribly wrong. And that's where this episode fails. This is supposed to be one of those episodes where you learn you're not supposed to keep it to yourself when something goes wrong. You're supposed to own up to it before it gets any worse. That's not what Robbie does, which means it's a Shenanigans episode with a lot of chaos and no real lesson learned here. So it feels like a little bit hollow. And as a result, yeah, it's just a pure comedy episode without one of those, well, now we know kind of moments at the end. And again, it feels beneath this series. I do these episode reviews because I genuinely feel like this is a good series that a lot of people do not give a chance to. Either because they see the art style and and they don't like it, or they watch a couple episodes and don't give it a chance after that. Let's be honest here. There are reasons that some in the fandom dislike this show for very bad reasons. For very unscrupulous reasons that we won't get into. Regardless, the show doesn't deserve the negativity it gets. But when they put out a pair of episodes like this back to back, where they're relying on tired old tropes and very shallow episodes that are meant to be funny but don't really hit and just come off as, wow, our main hero really isn't really learning responsibility the way he's supposed to be, it just doesn't feel like they're putting out their best effort. It feels like they went to safe, tired storytelling methods for cartoons rather than doing the interesting stuff that season 1 brought. And filler episode is okay in general, but by season 2, I'm expecting less of it. You know? So unfortunately, I'm not a fan of these 2 episodes. And I hate to say that, but if I'm going to be objective and honest here, these both could have been a lot better. I'm genuinely wondering if these are 2 episodes slapped together over Hasbro meddling, because we know how quickly into this series they pulled the plug. So it might be down to that. I don't know. It might just be like, this is safer to run as a cartoon than coming up with something more, plot or story driven, character driven, whatever. It's a frustrating pair. And it's a frustrating pair to talk about, which is why I put it off for so long. But now it's done. Now we're past it. And next up, which you'll probably see, who knows, because a couple weeks from now the schedule is going to be weird. But that leaves us with 2 episodes to go. The mid-season finale, the 2-parter, and yeah, those episodes, much more interesting. So, there you go. There's 2 more episodes of Earthspark down, and 2 to go for now. So, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time.